special Supreme Court that you appointed. Obviously John J. Hooker is challenging some of your choices, pointing to them and their involvement with kind of an anti-judicial election group. What do you think about that?
I think we worked really hard to put together that special Supreme Court that had a wide variety of both backgrounds, geographic experience, but also was qualified to sit as a special. I mean, for this issue, they are the Supreme Court of Tennessee, and so it was incredibly important that we get qualified people. And I think it's a great panel. I really do. I think it's a great panel of people.
Now, I know he's pushing to disqualify 3 of the 5 members that you had appointed, and 2 of which are board members on one of the groups that has been advocating against judicial elections. Can you explain how you think that's fair for this body that's supposed to be trying to make an impartial decision?
Again, I think their job is to read the law and rule on that, and I have faith in every one of those folks that they will do that in an impartial way. I mean, obviously, if you appoint them, we could appoint anybody we wanted, but I think we felt the responsibility to have people that were, of serious judicial capacity, and that I believe would take a fair and honest look at this.
And how did you, I know we're getting into nuts and bolts,
yeah.
How did you choose these members?
We literally kind of reviewed a lot of people, attorneys and judges across the state who we thought would be appropriate for that role. And we had a good long list of qualified people, and again tried to look for balance in terms of everything from geography to experience to range of views. So again, I feel good that like I said, we could have just gone in there and appointed 5 people who thought exactly the same way, but I honestly feel like we worked to put together a really good panel.
Now, I know some of the people were former members of the Supreme Court. How important was that to you in choosing?
Well, I think it helps to have we had somebody on there that had some experience in that role. I mean, you're impaneled for this special purpose, and there's a learning curve involved in anything. And I think the fact that you had some people that have already walked down that road is very, very helpful.
And John J. Hooker, in his latest filing, said he's afraid that this is going to turn into Judge-gate type issue, considering he's challenging a couple of the members.
Yeah, well, I certainly don't see that happening. But Mr. Hooker's been a colorful part and an involved part of our state for a long time. But again, our responsibility in this is to appoint a really good panel of judges, and I honestly think we've done that.
And why is this important? Why is this case so important? What do you think it's going to reflect?
Well, obviously, the state is being sued by, and state and some individuals being sued by Mr. Hooker saying you're not doing it right, and I think this is a chance to, again, to have a body review that and determine whether or not his suit has any merit.
But this is all going on while the legislature has been tackling the idea of judicial selection and
what
is the best way to go.
Right, and I think that. And so I don't, will this have any effect on the legislative issue? Because judicial selection will be a part. It's the first passed once last year, it'll have to pass again. Will this have any impact on that? I honestly don't know.